Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher, and for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving into some more of my queen, my goddess, my end-all be-all, the one, the only Miss Kelly Clarkson. And y'all, I am so excited. I've been so excited about this since I found out it was happening last week. I saw it on Twitter where someone was sharing the lineup of Kelly Clarkson, the Kelly Clarkson show's guests, and the Kellyoke section she was going to be singing. And then I saw where she was going to be doing another songs and story sessions with Alanis Morissette, and I'm like, this is the gift that the world deserves. It is the gift that the world needs right now. These two women together on the same, I mean, we've heard Kelly cover Alanis dozens of times at this point. We know Alanis is an amazing songstress, an amazing storyteller, and we know Kelly is also an amazing songstress, amazing storyteller. So I love the idea of these two women getting together and just making music. It is like the idea of putting her and Alanis together in my mind feels like as good an idea as putting her and Reba together. Like, it just makes sense. They just make sense together. They just make good music. So I'm excited about this. I wasn't actually going to dive into this today because I just got home from a 13-hour shift at work and I was very, very tired. It's about 11:30 right now at night. And I was just going to shower, eat dinner, go to bed, and just whatever. But I checked my mailbox and I saw where something came in the mail today that inspired me. It's something that I ordered this months ago, back when I ordered Chemistry, not the deluxe edition, but when I ordered the original Chemistry vinyl that I have hanging up on my wall in my living room. I also ordered the little, I think 8-inch or 7-inch vinyl of Me and Mine, and for the longest time I could not remember if I actually ordered this, because Chemistry obviously came. I enjoyed all of the Chemistry stuff, but like so long passed and this never came. And then I want to say I remember getting an email at some point saying that there was a delay in a train or something like that, but then so much time passed that I had forgotten about it, and I'm like, did I order this? And then I couldn't find any emails in my thing, like, did I order this? But I went to the mailbox today and I saw Kelly Clarkson, and I'm like, I know what this is. Thank the Lord, it is finally here. So I finally have my little 8-inch, however many inches this is. You think as a gay man I'd be able to look at it and see how many inches it is right off the bat. But I have my little mini vinyl of Me, Mine, and I am so damn excited about it. Find something to add, something new to add to my collection, because it's been weeks since I've added something new to my collection. So I figured I might as well share that. But yeah, that gave me the motivation to dive into this right now, because like I said, it's been a long day at work and I was just going to dive into this tomorrow or whatever since I was off, but that gave me energy, that got me hype. I'm like, let's dive into this now. So we're going to dive in. I don't know if I'm going to do all 4 parts in one video, because that sounds like a long ass video, or if I'm going to split it up into separate videos, mainly because if you've kept up with my channel recently, you know that I'm trying my best to only post 1 video a day, so I'm not clogging up the YouTube algorithm and, you know, things getting lost and all that kind of stuff. And I'm only doing music 3 days out of the week, so I don't know how long it will take to get all of these videos out if I do them separately. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll do 2 parts per video. We'll just have to wait and see how much I decide to talk. Already we're not off to a great start. So I'm going to stop talking and we're going to dive into part 1. If I had to pick songs that I hope happen in this, obviously I can see like the title of this video and I could see the titles of the others when I was adding them to my playlist. And thankfully, most of the titles are songs that I had on my list. I needed to see Hands Clean. I needed to hear that. But You Oughta Know is obvious. I would love to hear them do Uninvited. I'd love to hear them do Mary Jane. I would love... I feel like Ironic is an obvious and like that has to happen. I could go either way with it. Yeah, I think those 3 or 4 that I named first are the ones that I would really, really love to hear them do live together. Anything else is just an added bonus. So let's dive in and just see what we get.
Everyone here is an Alanis fan. Everyone here. Because we are breathing. Yes, that includes me. I am a super fan.
God,
Alanis
she's
is
gorgeous.
one of my favorite artists of all time. You could probably tell when I sing, and that's the reason why I'm a songwriter. I love her so much. I'm highly influenced by her, which means, well, basically, this is the best day of my life. I am very happy.
Ours
because
too.
Our first and only guest is the legend herself. She has won 7 Grammys and sold more than 75 million albums. She is here to do Songs and Stories, which was my dream. She's awesome. I'm just using this show selfishly.
It's okay. We love it.
Also touring next summer across the U.S. You have got to check it out.
She looks so gorgeous, y'all.
If you love her already and you haven't seen her live, what are you doing? For first access to tickets, go to AlanisTour.com. Everybody, give it up for Alanis Morissette.
Come on, Alanis, in these leather pants. I see you, girl. Kelly and her high-waisted denim on denim. Y'all stand for this queen.
Okay. I was like, you're a queen, so I have to wait for you to
What'd I
say
say?
first. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to start with this because like every time I hear that song, Smiling, every time I sing it, like I cannot not cry the last line because you have this gift that like what we're feeling, what we've been through, what you voice it so eloquently, so beautifully, so poetically. Like, what is that like?
What's it like to be you?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I really don't. I have some songs, but they're like baby songs compared to your songs.
Well, these are autobiographical and very vulnerable. But
so
writing it in a
sad.
room alone is one thing.
Yeah.
Because initially it's for me.
Yeah,
It's
therapeutic.
like a journal entry.
Yeah.
And then once I share it publicly, it's not mine anymore. So
Yeah.
it can be made personal to the person who's listening to its story.
Interesting question. Okay, wait.
I did see this little
Sing
clip
it live,
before.
you're like, this is not fun.
The only one that I think I had to update, and this is fortuitous because I sing these songs a lot and I love them. So songs I wrote when I was 19 shows me that my value system has stayed some sort of course.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I hadn't been married for 13 years, so I was a little naive.
Okay, no, I
about
didn't
the
see this clip.
doctor.
I saw a different clip.
Oh my God.
But age appropriate.
Where they were talking about hands clean.
I don't want to help you with your stuff. And I've come to see in marriage that we're actually both actively participating in each other's stuff.
Yeah.
And that's part of the joy. And
Well,
healing.
it's partnership. Yeah.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, when we have musicians as incredible as Alanis on the show, we like to get to know the inspiration behind their music and sometimes the music that inspired them. This is Songs and Stories, y'all. All right, so we should also introduce the musicians. They're incredible. These are musicians that you brought, Alanis. So on piano, we have Michael Farrell. Give it up for Michael.
Hey, Michael.
On guitar at the end, we have Julian Coriel. Give it up.
Hey, Julian.
And actually, I have played with Jason. Me and my band have played with Jason Orm. Give it up with Jason, y'all.
Hey, Jason.
They're gonna kill you too. It's like at certain points today, you will see like it's almost like a duet with the piano and a duet with like these beautiful parts. Oh, musicians,
Very telepathic.
you're incredible. I can't play at all.
I've seen you play a little guitar before.
I think this might have been the second single, but Hand in My Pocket. What? Because it doesn't really rhyme as much either. You just kind of it's random like.
Yes.
What was the story behind that?
I remember writing with Glenn Ballard, and he left the room. And at that moment, nothing was coming. And I don't believe in writer's block. If a writer doesn't feel like writing, it just means
Just don't write.
Just get a sandwich or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, it just means that now's not the moment. It might be in 20 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
So nothing was coming, so Glenn left the room, and I just started writing all the lyrics to Hand in My Pocket. Just the dualisms. I'm Gemini. I have a lot of parts in here that I communicate with. There's a big interiority here. So I just started writing, and then when he came back in, we wrote the music together, and it was written in 8 minutes. It was really fast.
Those are the best
Hey.
when they come that fast.
channel through
Yeah,
the course
you're like almost. I was just the vessel. I don't know where that came
I
from.
barely work here.
Yeah, I barely work here. Okay, you want to sing some of it? Is that
Of course, we want to hear you guys sing some of it.
I love my job. I'm not gonna get in the way. I'm gonna try and compliment. Okay.
Well, your voice
She always does. Always compliments.
I'm broke, but I'm happy. I'm poor, but I'm kind. I'm short, but I'm healthy. Yeah.
She still sounds so great.
I'm high, but I'm grounded. I'm I'm sane, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm lost, but I'm hopeful. Baby, what it all comes down to.
Hey, come on, Harmony.
You said everything's gonna be fine, fine, fine.
Oh my God.
'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket, and the other one is giving a high five.
I love it. Okay, so I have to start with this because when your record came out, I remember Jagged Little Pill came out. I just remember there was so much controversy around like, oh, why is she so angry? And it made me angry. As a girl, as a young girl, I was like, why can't she say that? Like, I was like, I think we're allowed to say that. And you're allowed to feel all the emotions. Like, how did you receive that? I know. How did you receive that? That's hard though. Like,
Well, I could see that there were 57 emotions in any one given song, so for that one to be pulled out was an indication culturally for me that we're specifically allowed to only feel certain feelings. And you can't feel anger, sadness, or fear. Those are the three that we have to pretend we don't feel, which is ridiculous because we feel them. And anger moves worlds. It's the foundation of activism. It's the foundation of setting boundaries. We need it desperately to sort of squish
and
it
it feels
down.
good sometimes.
It's amazing to move that current.
Yeah.
It's a big current.
Agreed.
Let's
That's what
not
I'm going to call
destroy,
it.
ideally. Let's not destroy each other, but let's find a really good pillow
Yeah.
or a studio.
I love you so much.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I have to go to this one because Hands Clean, I've actually covered that on this show. I know, right?
I've
I know.
literally been
I
obsessed
know.
with the song
Don't
for the
I get
last
that
week and a
gas?
half.
But it's the things you talk about, they're just so poignant. They're so, like, people, they don't know how to word it, and you have this very amazing way of saying what we really want to say, or we don't know how to identify it, or, and Hands Clean, I mean, that's a really rough song. Like, what, is that from, like, childhood trauma and on? Mm-hmm. God.
Yeah, young.
There's a lot in those lyrics.
Yes, and when I first wrote it, I remember the record company having said, let's do this video where it's a karaoke and there's kids and it's joy. And I asked them, I said, have you heard this song? And they said, yeah, it's great. I was like, okay, so you haven't heard the song. All right, so it just felt like this, incongruent kind of thing, but it actually was a lovely way to present a song that otherwise might not have even been listened to, I think.
Truth.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. You have this very catchy way, but bringing your, like, Webster dictionary words. Like, I'm like, do you know?
Alanis and Mariah.
I bought my first dictionary because of you.
What I was talking about.
I was like, I don't know how old, I was very young, and I was like, what are these words? They mean something, and I just need to look them up. And you are the reason why I own a dictionary for the very first time.
There's so many vocabulary words I have
You're such a
that I
great
learned
teacher
from
in
other
that,
people's
and
music.
you're very clever at putting it in such a pop, like rock, like element to where people, it's catchy enough in the pop way, but it's rock and alternative and raw enough that it's like cool. And indie, like it's like that's. I don't think anybody's ever done
Bridge
you.
those worlds.
Yeah. I don't think, and since then, like you're just
a combination of love for the entertainment and the presentation and the performance, which I live for.
Yeah.
And then I also live for the not precious, dirty birdie.
Love.
Just go for it and don't worry about it. Don't censor. So a nice combination is my fantasy.
I love that it's uncensored. Oh, okay. Well, we have to sing Hands Clean, right? Yeah.
Please and thank you.
I don't even remember what I'm gonna do here, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's do it.
Yeah, you're phoning it in as someone else's best singing.
If it weren't for your maturity, none of this would have happened. If you weren't so wise beyond your years, I would have been able to control myself. And if it weren't for my attention, you wouldn't have been successful. And if it weren't for me, you would never have amounted to very much. This could be messy, but you don't seem to mind. Don't go telling everybody and overlook this supposed crime. And we'll fast forward to a few years later. No one knows except the both of us.
But like, why are we only doing one verse and a chorus?
Just now realizing like how much you were talking about gaslighting too before everyone was talking about gaslighting because oh my God, it's
Oh my God.
like, oh, I wouldn't have been anything without your help. Thank you. Thank you. That's so great.
Casual
I've never been told
slayage.
that. All right. Well, more songs and stories. Love being a woman in this industry with Alanis when we get back. Stay right here.
I'm gonna pause there. I love. I love how in Hands Clean, like I said, I've been literally obsessed with the song for the last week and a half. I think it was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I posted on Twitter, I started a thread where I was like, underrated Kellyoke performance thread, and I took that video and posted it, and I need to go revisit that thread because I think that's the only one I actually ended up posting, and I got just lost in life. But ever since then, I have been so obsessed, and I had reacted to that like years ago at this point, and I had forgotten that I did until I was looking for something else. I came across that, listened to it, I'm like, oh my God, this is magical. And then I went and bought Alanis's version of the song, and I literally today I've had that song on repeat. So again, not with the intention of recording anything today, because I was not planning to record anything today, but there's just something about the song that has just been on repeat in my mind for like the last week and a half. So then I just physically put it on repeat on my phone while I was at work all day today, and I just love the song. So I love about Kelly there is I could hear her trying to decide how strong or soft to make her voice, because where she was singing her harmony, it was sitting in a place where she could either keep it real soft, quiet falsetto, or it was a big belty place. And there are times where I could hear her getting ready to ramp up into that, but then Alanis kept everything kind of chill and laid back, so then Kelly brought it right back down and kept it into that really soft, light place. So again, she's so gracious when it comes to singing with other people, because obviously I would love to hear Kelly get a verse in this too and have some, great interactions happening with them, but she's so gracious and she's just so good about working with other people, collabing with other people, and letting them have their moment to shine and finding ways to vocally support them. Like things I've said about her background singers and her band apply to her as well whenever she's singing a duet or doing background vocals, because again, she knows the value of a good background vocalist and she knows how to be a good background vocalist. So I love that she's attentive and just able to kind of navigate, just follow Alanis's lead and like, okay, we're gonna keep it soft. Okay, do you want to get belty? No. Okay, we're gonna keep it in, like, just very, very smart. Love. Yeah, let's dive into part 2. We'll do part 2 of this video. I might split this into just 2 parts, but yeah, let's dive into part 2.
Welcome back to our season 5 premiere weekend in NYC, baby. Alanis Morissette is here, and we are in the middle of some songs and stories. So I can't imagine. I actually, not even with an imagination, I can imagine how overwhelming Jacket Little Pill, like after that, like touring that, all the songs from that, it's still like the best-selling record of all time. So it's like, you escaped a bit though, right? You took some time off, you went to India?
I did, and I thought I could get away with sort of hiding there, but I was still seen on trains and stuff like that, and I would just say,
oh my gosh,
sulk away. But it was amazing. It was great to just go to a whole other perspective, and my theory was that if all of us, those of us who haven't traveled, were able to just dump ourselves for a month, let's say, in a new country outside of our purview, outside of our understanding, and just live there and immerse ourselves in that culture, drench ourselves in it, and then come back and discuss.
Yeah, and like getting out of your own way, that's nice too.
Yeah, or just beholding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Remember beholding?
Yes. I'm not,
Nothing's
look, you're like the Ivy League cooler version of me. I don't know that I've ever said the word beholding. I'm being frank. No, I'm just like, oh, let's just be still. Like I really dumb it down.
Direct, you're direct.
But I'm very direct. That's what I'm gonna say. No, but I hear that you nearly talked to Mother Teresa, right?
Yeah, I phoned her because I'd been in touch a little bit. I wanted to go over after the Jagged Little Pill tour was finished. I just wanted to go volunteer somewhere and disappear and just serve.
Yeah.
One night I phoned her to speak with her, and then I asked the nuns on the phone, I said, how is she feeling? And they said, she's not feeling so great. And I said, well, please don't bother her. I'll see her when I get there.
Yeah.
And she died that night.
Oh, no.
Wow. What an amazing thing. I just need to come back to that such a blessing, like everything, you worked your tail off for your career, I just mean, but such a blessing to have that kind of success. And then what a heart you have to turn it around and go, okay, I've received like a lot. Maybe it's my moment to serve and like give. Like,
yeah, well, that's what kept me going. Because in and of itself, once, you know, my friend Byron Katie said, once you realize that the snake is a rope, you can't see a snake again. So I peeked behind the curtain, you know, I saw the illusion of.
Even your friends are smart. Who did what?
And thank you.
Me and my friends were saying that the other day too.
We're a heady bunch.
Totally. No, I have to say this too, because I find that I feel like, just as a super fan, like listening to you are highly affected by what's not only going on in your life, but what's going on in everyone's lives, like what's going on in the world. And you kind of, you know, use that therapeutically via your songs and almost get messaging out in your songs. Like the world is kind of on fire with the Ukraine, Israel, like everything that's happening right now. Like, how do you process that? Because I get very overwhelmed. I go to the news and I get so overwhelmed, I go very dark because it feels hopeless.
Yes.
How do you cope or like deal?
I feel. So as an empath, highly sensitive, 4 in the Enneagram, just everything's set up to have the antenna up. And the micro and the macro are the same. So conflicts that I have in the living room with a friend or a family member, or the schoolyard, or between nations, or between religions, it's all the same. It's we are separate, we are not one.
Yeah.
And we're fighting for that which there is an abundance of, but we're going to fight for it until the death. And it's the schoolyard, you got me, I'm going to get you. And it's taught from a really young age. Our kids are exposed to this. Who's better than, who's worse than, who's, you know, it's all this judgment and contrast. Contrast is fine to define ourselves, but this competition violence out of the gate, that it is us against each other. There's this pervasive messaging and culture, and it's just a lie.
Have you ever thought of running for office?
I'm sitting here listening like, damn, she is so well spoken.
I know, because sometimes I'm just saying, like, sometimes it gets very chaotic and you try and watch things and you don't even know if you should trust what you're watching. You know, there's so much.
But be discerning, right?
Yeah.
Watch with discernment, watch with empathy, watch with.
But you just simplified it so well that everyone can understand. I think that's a beautiful thing, that not everybody's capable of, you know, conversing like that and really breaking it down. But I really want to sing Thank You. With you. Is that okay?
Transition. I would like to sing.
Back to me, Alanis.
How about getting off all these antibiotics? How about stopping eating when I am full up? How about them transparent dangling carrots? How about that ever elusive kudo? Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence.
Oh my gosh, you're magical.
Why are we only doing a verse and a chorus?
Your lyrics are magical.
It's like we're just getting to a build-up and we stop.
You're probably such a great mama. I remember even when we talked during COVID, you had no idea how hard my life was at that time, and you were so sweet, and I called you my guru, but you were so sweet talking about your kids too. So how do you think your kids have affected your life, like as in a writer, like and just being a musician? How has it affected you, do you think?
Well, I don't have any bandwidth left over. So when I write a song and when I come play with my bandmates, I remember them having shared with me over the years that it was like a break going on tour, and I didn't have kids, so I didn't know what that meant.
Yes.
So now when I'm on stage for an hour and a half or whatever length of time, that is my respite. It's my singularity with life and everybody.
Yeah.
And then when I get back, I mean, I'm still aware of my children.
Yeah. No, you're here. They're fine.
Lovingly tethered for life. But, you know, then I get off stage and it's, you know, archetypal hat taking off mom.
Yeah.
You know, you go from whatever queen to mom to financial guru to whatever, all these roles.
All the hats. Yeah.
So before I had kids, I had a lot of opinions about parenting, and then
Yeah.
once I had kids, I had 0 opinions. However you keep them alive is wonderful.
Don't just way to go. Good job.
Good work.
But I love this song. So this is called Ablaze, and this was written for your kids, right? So do they?
Yeah. I
They
don't know this
know it,
one.
right? Obviously.
do.
Yeah. What did they say? You wrote a song for them.
It's become sort of normalized. Everybody writes songs in our house, so there's a lot of stream of consciousness.
That's cool.
Also telling me how their day was through song. So
I love that.
Sing into my lapel, please. I want to for this for life. So that's kind of normalized in our house. So then when they see me do it on stage, and then my youngest, Winter, 4 years old, the other day, I had done a few shows in a row and was away from him, and he just said, "Why is mommy singing so much?" You know, so you know, there's the torture of.
Oh, they will lay it on, man.
It's
Mine will.
So good.
Yeah, they're like, so you weren't here last night. I'm like, I'm here 364 other nights. I'm like, what? Like, they point it out. I just love that you get yours to say a song after school. I asked my son how his day was. Fine.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, we're already a teenager. That's super
Yes,
pleasant.
yes.
Yeah.
It's a rite of passage. Apparently, they come back. Is
Yeah.
what everyone tells me.
Totally. So wait, let's sing Ablaze. I'm gonna come in a little bit.
No, you can come in a lot of it. That's fine.
I love how you write too, and no one writes like you. Like when you try and sing your songs, it's like I'm never gonna get the timing. I'm never gonna get it.
Timing.
Exactly. Oh my God, you're funny too. That's not fair. You have all the cards. All the cards. Okay.
Who's talking? Yes.
First thing that you'll notice is some separation from each other. Yes, it's a lie we've been believing since time immemorial. There was an apple, there was a snake, there was division. There was a split, there was a conflict in the fabric of life. To my boy, all that energy so vital of your
Ooh, beautiful head voice.
and your blues in equal measure, your comings and your goings away. My mission is to keep the light in your eyes ablaze.
I didn't see that. I did the thing where I was gonna sing and then I didn't because I was like, and then you went to the place where you break me in the most amazing way. Oh, if only you were a man and into me. Okay, so let's no segue there.
Okay, I decided let's just do all 4 parts in one video. It's fine. It'll be a little lengthy, but we've only got 8 minutes left in this one, and I think 5 minutes in the part 4. So it's just gonna be a long video, and I'll have lots of things to say. So let's just dive. Keep going.
We are back, everybody. We're in a brand new studio at 30 Rock for season 5, and things are already amazing because the one and only Alanis Morissette is here for songs and stories. There are so many lessons. I feel like they should teach a course in school, any kind of music class on you, because you took 8 years off, which I feel like taking time off is important to kind of take off for yourself. Was that on purpose?
I don't even remember what I did during those 8 years, so I can guarantee you I was not off. But I may have stepped away from the white hot heat.
Yeah.
Front line. I always feel like I'm a poodle inside a black stallion's body. Like I'm in the front with the wind, but inside I'm this terrified poodle.
Oh my God, the imagery, that was I was just terrified.
The nervous system is jangled. But you know,
Do you
somehow
think
I'm
it's important though to take that time, to take any time off? I found that.
Yes. So my whole pattern is plan mode, go mode, transition mode, rest mode, and then reflect. So reflecting is gratitude, thank you. But for a long time, it was just plan, go, plan, go, plan, go.
Yeah.
So I couldn't express the gratitude and the reflecting. And
You almost didn't enjoy it.
Rest is activism now.
Yeah.
And work addiction is normalized in this culture.
Yeah.
If you're doing heroin till 4 in the morning, everyone is, in theory, worried about you.
Yeah.
If you finish a project till 4 in the morning, everyone's patting you on the back and praising you. So it's called the
But that's addiction.
praised
Yeah.
silent addiction, you know.
That's my thing with addiction. I feel like all of us kind of suffer from that. It's just what is yours? How do you deal with that?
Well, I treat all my addictions similarly, which is that I want to connect with spirit and connect in here. It's the protest and the pain of the felt sense of disconnection. Yeah. So when I'm reaching out for something that gives me dopamine or serotonin or something that pops me into joy for 12 minutes and then kills me dead later. You know, I'm basically trying to return to who I am and my own personal rhythms, which in a culture that is begging you to be completely structured and academic, and you know, they are asking embryos now, so where are you going to college? I'm like, they are not even born yet.
Yeah.
Can we just kind of give a little space for just
She is
so
well spoken. Oh my God.
Away.
Yeah, and I like planning, but it's also okay to see just where you land sometimes.
Yeah,
it's
well,
kind of
being present,
adventurous.
right? And Eckhart Tolle always talks about stress is being here, but wanting to be there. And always looking in the future and the past is really painful to stay in that. So planning's great.
Yeah.
Jump out, plan, vision, imagine what's possible, then come right back. That's my practice. Come back.
Oh man, yeah, being present is like sometimes very hard, especially for creatives. Like, you know, you're like, why did I say creatives? I meant, I don't know why. I feel like I'm trying to sound like a professor next to you. No, totally. No, I love this song though. It's Reasons I Drink, and it kind of deals with like what you do with addiction. Go ahead. And a lot of people relate to this that, you know, aren't heroin addicts but are addicted to different things in their lives. And, like, these are the reasons why I do it. And maybe if you can identify the reasons, you can change that and like make it a positive.
What am I needing? And 99% of the time, it's a relief-seeking measure. It's looking for regulation. You know, if I'm eating at 1 in the morning or whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm attempting to regulate my anxiety. You know? Yeah. So looking at that.
I would know nothing about eating emotionally. Like I would know nothing.
Never heard of her.
Yes, it's the next episode. Well, let's. Can you sing "Reasons I Drink"? Can we do that? Okay.
Notice this time she's like, "Can you sing it?" Because she may try to jump in and she might get distracted. Okay. Sort of Sarah Bareilles piano vibes.
These are the reasons I drink.
Ooh.
The reasons I tell everybody I'm fine even though I am not.
Preach.
Shout out, I may have to download this.
These are the reasons I overdo it. I have been working since I can remember, since I was single digits. Now, even though I've been busted, I don't know where to draw the line, 'cause that groove has gotten so deep. Nothing can give reprieve like they do. Nothing can give a break for this soldier like they do. Here we are. I feel such rapture and the comfort is so strong. One more hit. It feels so helpful in my need for respite.
I love that Kelly is out here doing this harmony, but she got the microphone down here. That tells you how loud she's actually singing.
I did not know this until recently, but you initially did not want Ironic on Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah.
What a bad decision.
Bad decision that was never made.
That was never made. Yeah. No, I've had songs like that that became huge and successful, and you're like, I didn't see it coming.
It really shows that I know nothing.
I don't either, yeah. But it is interesting, like why? It's such a great song.
It wasn't autobiographical enough, and I had written a bunch of songs while I got to know Glenn, and it was just more kind of, you know, browsing, getting to know each other. And then right after Ironic, I started writing from the super searingly quick channeled place, for lack of a probably better term. But Ironic was right at that turning point. So it's more storytelling, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I live for storytelling. But it's less, you know, cavernous, deep in the quicksand in here.
But sometimes we just love a great song.
You know what?
That's a great song.
It is pure joy to me.
Yes. I remember, though, we were talking about it earlier. I know some of us, but I remember when it first came out because everybody was like, oh, ironic. It's like the wrong, and I was like, shut up. It's just a great song. Did that annoy you?
The real irony is that I'm usually the grammar police.
That's what I know.
So it was awesome to get my butt kicked.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I loved it.
It was pure joy. No, I mean, you know, linguistic peeps. We're a cruel bunch.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just so you know,
we can be.
Basic average bitches didn't care.
I didn't care when I wrote it.
I was like, I don't care.
First of all, I would never call you basic.
Yeah.
That's
I would. I mean it in the most cool way. I mean, I think people take average and
Not
think that's
overly
not
complex.
good. And I'm like, why isn't average good? I mean,
Average
I don't know.
is
I think it's all
relaxing.
right.
I love the parts of you that
Yeah. But I love this song so much. Everybody does. So do you mind singing it?
Yes.
Okay.
Kelly is geeking out.
An old man turned 98. He won the lottery and died the next day. It's a black fly in your Chardonnay. It's a death row pardon, 2 minutes too late. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's the good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figured?
I got to say it figures.
Again, Kelly is so good at being in tune with her duet partner, because that last part there, I'll take it back.
When you've already paid, it's the good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figured?
That
Say it figures.
that right there, because you could hear, like, throughout that upper harmony Kelly was doing, especially as we got towards the end of the chorus, she was doing a little bit more belty, strong stuff because Alanis was. But then we got to that
When you've
good advice when you just didn't take, and who would have thought it figured. I'm not Kelly, so I can't do it very well. But like, she belt, and then that figures just came swooping right back down, because Alanis, I didn't know Alanis was going to take it back to a soft place. I thought we were just going to keep it, you know, nice big chesty place. But Alanis took it to a soft place. Kelly felt that she was going to take it to a soft place, and then Kelly, in tune, took it to that soft place.
on your wedding day, it's a free ride when you've already paid. It's the good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figured?
I got to say it figures.
Just that beautiful decrescendo. Genius. All right, let's get into this last part.
All right. Usually, everybody, we end the show with something trending on social media. But today, songs and stories with Alanis Morissette is what I'm liking. So that's exactly, Lester. So Alanis has one more song that she's sharing, but before that, we have one more piece of business. So typically at this point in the show, business, we're putting on that hat. We'd give our guest $1,000 courtesy of Pilot Pen, makers of G2, the go-to pen of the Kelly Clarkson Show. But after decades of success, I feel that Alanis is fine.
She good.
I don't think she needs $1,000. I think okay. So today, that money is going to someone in the audience.
Oh, can you imagine being in the audience? Hello, fine bearded man. But
At the monitor, one of your
can you imagine being in this audience and getting to not only experience this concert firsthand, but then you also get $1,000. Hello, other fine bearded man.
How are you going to use it?
My daughter's college fund.
Okay, that's great. I like that. Well, congratulations. You just got a grant. I thought you were fine. I didn't think you needed the money. Yeah. Yes. So, this song, I mean, it's like, I feel like this is since you've been gone. Like everywhere I go, they want to hear this song. This is this song people probably most are like, oh my God.
Yes.
So, because the entire audience went crazy on tour. I mean, you saw everyone unleash every bad relationship they've ever been through and it channeled it. So, what do you love about You Oughta Know? Like now, like it's been so long since it was released. Like, do you still love it as much, like singing it?
I do. I remember I'm just having a vision of my landlord before Jagged Little Pill came out. It was lovely enough. We had a great interaction, and then after You Oughta Know was released, I came by to pick up some stuff, and she ran into me, and she said, I just have to tell you that I didn't like your music when it first came out, and then I got divorced.
And then she was like, oh, well, I understand
this all makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But okay, will you perform You Oughta Know?
Yes.
Will you do a little bit?
I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. I know the version of me, she perverted like me. Would she go on you?
Okay, daytime TV.
Does she speak eloquently? And would she have your baby? I'm sure she'd make a really excellent mother. Cause the love that you gave that we made wasn't able to make it enough for you to be open wide. No. And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me to hold me till you died? Till you died, but you're still alive. And now here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me all the cross I bear, what you gave to me. You ought to know.
Keep going! Keep going!
That just happened! I love you so much! Give it up for Alanis! Oh my gosh, for first access, y'all, for first access to tickets for her 2024 summer tour, go to AlanisTour.com. You gotta go see the show. You're gonna live your best life. And a big thank you to the talented musicians who have played with us today. Y'all give it up for Michael Carroll on piano, Julian Coriel, and Jason Orm on guitar. Y'all have a great day. And if it's not, just remember, I had one.
So y'all don't have a great day? Oh well, I had a great day. Okay. Love, love, love. I mean, I'm glad that we got that last song. I'm glad we got You Oughta Know because it felt like the only time in this Songs and Story session where Kelly really was like singing. We started to get it a little bit during Ironic, but all of the other songs, it was Kelly just kind of doing soft, pretty background vocals, which is gorgeous. No complaints there. But I wanted to hear some of Kelly too. I love Alanis, and Alanis was amazing. She sounds pretty much the same as she did back then, and she's she's got such a distinctive tone, such a distinctive quality to her voice. I wouldn't necessarily say that Alanis has a conventionally pretty voice, but she has one of those voices that is distinct and it makes you feel something. It makes you it can be divisive. Some people love it, some people hate it, but it's one of those voices that it's not so much about being pretty as it is about emoting and being, like Kelly was saying, the vessel for these songs, for these stories. So kind of in line with like your Tina Turner, your Janis Joplin, those kind of things where it's like their vocals, like just listen to them, they're not necessarily pretty, but they're raw and authentic to the person. So she has just a very unique, authentic tone to her voice. But she sounds, like I said, amazing. She sounds pretty much the same, if not better than she did 25 years ago, back when Jagged Little Pill first came out. And she has a gorgeous head voice, which I feel like I don't even know if it's that I don't hear it often as much as I just maybe don't give it the attention or the credit that it probably deserves, because there were some parts there during the acoustic set where like she was floating up into her head voice and it was absolutely gorgeous. There was one point where I was like, yes, head voice, and I look over and Kelly was just like, ah! I'm like, okay, so we're on the same page. Beautiful, gorgeous voice. So yeah, I'm glad we got You Oughta Know, because like I said, it was the one time it gave Kelly the opportunity to really like sing and just like belt her face off doing that background vocals, and it sounded amazing. The two of them just belting their faces off, just everything. Love. I would like a full studio version, please and thank you, because at first when they started You Oughta Know and it was just this sort of slower acoustic version, in my head I was like, I don't know, like obviously this is still going to be great vocals, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna dig this version with it being as slow and acoustic, because there's just something about the more upbeat, angsty, aggressive kind of nature of the original instrumentation that I just love in this song. But once we got into the pre-chorus, just something about that descending melody line, along with the way the guitarist was playing, was just giving me these very sort of almost sitar kind of vibe. Like there were some times where I was like shutting my eyes and like it felt almost like a melody being played on like I would hear in some Indian music that I would listen to, just some about like the scales that they use and how they bounce around the scales, and they are so rapidly moving through these notes, but so precisely. They have such precision, but agility with their vocalization, that it's just so intricate and interesting to listen to. So the combination of the melody line along with how they were playing the guitar was just giving me those kind of vibes. I'm like, ooh, I like this. And then we got to the chorus with them belting their faces off. I'm like, yes, obviously I like this. So I would love a full studio version. Am I ever going to get it? Probably not, because the Kelly Clarkson show does not listen to me and my requests. I don't know why y'all hate me so much, but yes, I would like a full studio version of this, as well as some of the tracks from Pink's Songs and Stories session, as well as Baby Faces. I will still say I think that not my Songs and Story session, I didn't do it, but the Songs and Story session she did with Babyface is probably my favorite, just because I think that was one time where Kelly's vocals were kind of evenly on display with the guest artist, where I feel like a lot of the other Songs and Story sessions I've seen, Kelly has kind of made it her mission to play the background vocalist, like, hey, you be the star, you do this. But Babyface was like, no, girl, you gonna sing this. Come sing the damn song with me. So in that essence, I feel like that was probably my favorite, but there's so many amazing things that happened in this session. It's like I said at the top, it's such a dream pairing these voices together. And Alanis is such a wise woman, such a well-spoken woman, like I said, and not even just that she's good with words, just the things she is saying, that, like Kelly was saying, she has such a way to articulate thoughts in a way that most people probably wouldn't, but it makes sense and it is relatable. So like Kelly's like, you sound like you're a walking dictionary. I would just dumb things down. They're like the concepts of what she's talking about, yeah, makes sense. But the way in which she speaks and the way that she articulates her thoughts it feels so just profound, and like someone who has lived life, someone who has lived a very experienced life, and it's just very wise. But she's been this way for decades at this point, so it's not like she's just grown into this wisdom. Like, she's been this way for a very long time, and she's just very captivating to listen to speak, listen to her sing, watch her perform. So yeah, this is a dream collaboration. I would love to hear them collaborate in the studio, whether that is like a new song or them like taking one of these songs and cutting it as a duet, kind of like what Jewel did with Kelly and Foolish Games. I would love that. I would love that with Hands Clean, or Mary Jane, or Uninvited, or You Oughta Know. There are lots of choices. But yeah, this was great, fantastic, lots and lots of fun. This is gonna be lots of fun for me to edit. Yay me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. Don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.
Stranded here, stranded here, stranded. Stranded here, stranded here, stranded. There was a time we had it all. The darkness took over, and we started to fall. Hey, the feelings I had for you, they never left. And now I'm standing here, surrounded. Lost with no vision of how we used to be. Standing here, surrounded. Standing here, stranded. Ooh, yeah. I was drowning, suffocating. When you pulled me out for air, I was running through the fire in the mountains. Now I see I can't breathe without you. It's hard to see without you. Can't breathe without you. No, I can't live. No, I can't live without you. It's hard to see without you. Now we're together, there's nothing